Hi guys, hope all of us are doing great. My name is Ernest and this is Ernest Sciences and Mathematics TV channel. I'd like to request our new members to kindly go to YouTube, search Ernest Sciences and Mathematics TV channel, and also check in our various social media pages for some links which are going to assist us identify various topics of discussion. So today we're going to look at the concept of geometry. And of course, this is going to be an introductory part, and it's going to complement on some of the application areas that we have already done, either in mathematics or other areas of science. Now, in today's discussion, we're going to look at some of the terminologies which are being used, and this is going to create for us a foundation in trying to understand other application areas, especially in Euclidean geometry. Now, from a definition perspective, we're going to see that geometry basically, or in summary form, is basically a science which deals with the concept of a space. And of course, as I have already mentioned, we have discussed some aspect of geometry, either in application areas, in mathematics or sciences. Now, in some of our videos, which I'm going to put a link in the description box, of course, I'm going to put that one in form of a playlist. It's going to consist of some of the application areas, especially on the coordinate system for spherical, cylindrical, and perhaps the Cartesian coordinate system, which we have already done. And of course, this is going to be an elementary part, which is going to, of course, assist us interpret other areas of applications which we are going to come across. So in this particular point, I'm going to look at three specific sections, and that is the concept of a point, a segment, and a length. And those are going to open for us a window in trying to discuss further advanced areas of geometry. Now, by definition, a point is basically what we refer to as an infinitesimally small location in space. And of course, as we have been saying different characteristics of perhaps regular figures, we have talked about the concept of length, width, and perhaps some aspect of height. And this has been on the description of three-dimensional figures, which we have given in terms of perhaps those specific initials for length, width, and perhaps height, as I can give you in that specific case. So in this case, we're going to see that a point is going to be a description of a particular or an infinitesimally small location in space, and it's going to lack these three aspects of length, width, and height. Therefore, we can be able to denote a point in space using that particular dot, or perhaps using a letter to denote that specific point as point B. So the point B is going to be given in terms of this specific notation, as we're going to go ahead and see. So next we're going to look at the concept of a segment, and a segment is basically going to consist of 2 points in space, and those are going to be referred to as endpoints. Now, these specific endpoints can be able to be or can be illustrated as two specific points in space, and therefore we're going to have that distance between those 2 points. Let's give this one as PQ. So PQ is going to constitute what we refer to as a line segment, and this is going to be, of course, consisting of 2 points that are going to be called endpoints, and of course these are going to be points which are from this particular point P to Q. And of course we're going to see that apart from the point, the line segment, we can be able to describe length, but in this particular case I'm going to take a note that in some cases we can have a line segment and some sections of it. If in any case we had a point like Z that is in between this line segment P and Q, then therefore Z is going to constitute a point that is within the line segment, and therefore can be described as an aspect of point B. So therefore the line segment consists of these two endpoints and another point that can be described in between them. And of course we can be able to denote, just like a point, we can be able to denote this what we call line segment using these specific abbreviations for PB. So this is going to be P. Let's use our particular example. So this is going to be PQ, and we can be able to use that small bar on top of this PQ, indicating that this basically refers to as a line segment. Now, as we go ahead, we're going to see various characteristics of this specific line segment. And that's going to be one of the aspects that I've talked about, which we're going to see that is lacking in a point. So therefore, a line segment is going to consist of a length, and we're going to be able to describe the length of a line segment, for instance, A, and this is going to be using this AB as such. So be taking note of these different notations that we're using. I've said that we're going to be able to describe a point using this specific point P, and then a line segment PQ using PQ, and this is going to constitute all the other points which are going to lie in between the endpoints. And lastly, I've said that we can be able to describe the distance or the length of a line segment using this specific notation. Now, in our next topic, we're going to look at the concept of Pythagoras theorem and the distance formula, and that is going to basically try to expand on how we can be able to enumerate or describe this aspect of length of line segments and other subsequent areas respectively. So catch us in our next video, and kindly subscribe to our channel and engage us in the comment section so that we can be having a discussion, a healthy discussion on this specific topic. So that is it for now, guys. Catch us in our next video. God bless.